Happy Halloween! Let's cook some Halloween chili. First, get the biggest pot you can find. I'm using a Dutch oven. Get that going at a medium-high heat. Take about 1.5 pounds of ground beef and pop that in there to brown. And don't worry, I washed my hands right before this. We're gonna break that up as it cooks, then add some salt, pepper, garlic salt, whole bunch of chili powder, and I am Hungarian, so I just add hot paprika into everything I cook. Once that's browned, pour it into a bowl and set aside for later. Next, we have to dice an onion, and if your knife skills aren't great, you can always use a dice tower to speed things along. Just kind of drop this right here in top, and out comes diced onion. Add the onions to the pot to start cooking down. Now we need some stewing beef. And weirdly, I stuck a cow in this hot tub yesterday to start soaking, but that's not actually for the stewing beef, that's for something else. Once our onions start to turn translucent, we can add in our store-bought stewing beef. But really we wanna let them sit and not touch them for a while so that when we finally do, they have a really nice sear on the underside. And then once that's looking nice and brown, we can lower the heat and bring in our hot tub cow, which by now should have developed into a nice rich beef broth. Pour that in, and let's simmer on low for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And while we wait, let's take a trip to the Interpretation Corner. Hi, welcome to Interpretation Corner, which is still not a corner. Now, chili is the most subjective of all foods. This is just the way that I grew up making Halloween chili. You might make Halloween chili a completely different way, which you find far superior. And I'd love to try that chili, but I have no way of doing that through the internet. Also, did anyone else grow up eating chili every single Halloween? Like, I thought that was a huge tradition when I was a kid, and it wasn't until I was like 25 that I learned it was pretty much just my family. Regardless, if you don't eat chili every Halloween, I'd highly recommend it. It's very good. Oh, the goblin's telling me the beef is done. Let's go. Now into the pot, we're gonna add back our ground beef, a good amount of kidney beans, don't ask me where I got them. And then to that, we're gonna add a whole jar of salsa as well as a whole jar of tomato sauce. And you can use whatever kind you like. Most people opt to take it out of the glass jar before adding it, but since we're cooking with dragon fire, we're able to melt that down, which imparts a silky texture to our chili. We're gonna let that simmer on low, partially covered for about 1 hour. Now's a great time to answer the door for some trick-or-treaters. Oh, there's one now.
Trick or treat.
You're not a kid. You're not even dressed up. And then after about 1.5 hours, we can scoop some into a bowl, put on some shredded cheese, a little dollop of sour cream, pair with a nice big piece of cornbread, and then we've got a delicious chili ready to share for the holiday. But really, you should try making Halloween chili. It's good.